Hi, I'm Rob and welcome to another TW White & Sons video review. Today's vehicle is a Mazda CX-30 SKYACTIV X 4-wheel drive, so quite a rare beastie. So we've recently acquired this car for stock. It's a one owner from new vehicle, registered in September 2023. It's in Sol Red Crystal Pearl, which is the premium paint finish and signifies classic Mazda looks and styling. We've also got the Kodo design influence running through the side of the vehicle. Privacy glass, and that covers the back window too. There we are, the CX-30 badge proudly displaying its four-wheel driveness. It's a Haldex system, so it works on the front wheel slipping to power the rear axle, so pretty efficient still. Automatic gearbox, sorry, this is a manual gearbox, I beg your pardon. 6 speeds of course, and 186 horsepower. So this is the SKYACTIV X, so it's the spark controlled ignition technology engine. Fundamentally, it's more efficient and lower emissions than the SKYACTIV G, the less powerful engine that sits below it. But of course, being full drive, you can only link this to the SKYACTIV X engine. So being a Takumi specification, Takumi is range topping. So we have at the front here, LED headlamps with full high beam function. We have front parking sensors, a front camera. You also have side cameras, and these are in the door mirrors themselves. So it gives you a ring of images around the vehicle. You can even drill into the side cameras alone, if you're looking to preserve the alloys on the wheels, on the curb, of which they are not curbed. The car has under 1,000 miles, and we acquired the car from a deceased estate. So the vehicle's not been driven much in the last 6 months to 9 months, hence the very low mileage and the opportunity to buy a nearly new CX-30 four-wheel drive, which you can't order now. So this is quite a rare beastie. So coming into the back of the car, again we mentioned front sensors, we have rear sensors and a camera. So that's 4 cameras around the car, a fully powered tailgate. This can be used from touching the button. There's an internal button, and each driver's fob has a button to operate the power tailgate. In the boot, again clean and unmarked, never been used fundamentally. You've got a 60-40 split for your seats. And below we have a subwoofer, which is again linked to the Takumi specification, so you have a full BOSE audio system. You'll note, like many Mazda cars and other cars on the market, no spare wheel kit is standard. You do get foam in a compressor unit and a bit more storage around the edges of the subwoofer here. So the seats fold down, one button on each, but you do it from inside the cabin. So we'll shut the boot down now with a button. And we'll jump inside. The lights are full LED, front and rear. So, in the back, it's a full leather interior to Takumi specification. It's actually a dark brown and black combination. You've got a pull-out armrest, which will allow you to store drinks, turning the car into a 4-seater. And you've also got Isofix, which is for children's safety seats, to safely mount into the car. Actually attaches to the chassis on the metal bars behind, and keeps the seat really secure and performs correctly in an accident. So that's 5 seats, or 4 children, 2 children on the back seats there. You have air vent for the rear on this really warm day today. They're a boon. Into the front, as I had mentioned earlier, keyless entry. So all you need to do is have the key about your person. Just touch your hand inside the handle, and when you're ready to walk away and lock the car, touch the button there. At the same time, when you're locking, that will power the mirrors back in. You'll see a flash on the indicators, and that will allow you to determine the car's locked correctly. So once you're inside, driver's door card, usual controls as you'd expect, but also proudly presenting its BOSE audio, which is the speakers here and the tweeters above, and of course you saw the sub in the boot earlier. Again, a pristine, unmarked, barely been sat in driver's seat, full leather. It's fully heated with 3 different stages, and you've got electric control for the driver's seat. Also linking to the mirrors, so if we have a memory function, so you can drive 2 different driver positions for the seats and the door mirrors. Once you're in the car, you're presented with a nice clear driver display, of which the middle display is actually a digital dial. So you have a function button on the left steering wheel spoke called Info. I shall tap through and cycle now. So it gives you key information around consumption. Then it brings up your lane departure. So the white lines, left and right, will determine when you're drifting left and right. You'll notice a little steering wheel symbol there, because this has adaptive cruise control using a radar, controlled from the right hand side of the speaker with 2 functions. One is with steering function and one is without. So what that will allow you to do is still set the speed up, pick a time gap, anything up to 2 seconds. You can knock it back to 1 up to a half a second gap, but it won't center in the lane. unless of course you come close to the white line and the lane departure detects. But if you wish the car to centre within the lane, press the steering wheel function. It will now adjust itself roughly to the centre of a lane within the two white lines that it can see. So pretty good technology, works very well at low speeds, it does at high speeds, I believe anything up to its top speed. Talking of speed, we have a limiter, again something you can activate before you drive away. So again you've got a function button just to increase or decrease, and then it will put an artificial restriction on the throttle when you get to that road speed. So pretty safe car. This side is more media centric, of which you've got volume controls, the ability to cycle through the different sound sources, of which you will have AM, FM and DAB, Bluetooth streaming, and of course once you've paired in, it's wireless Apple and Android CarPlay on this particular vehicle, and that also links neatly to the wireless charging pad just in front of the gear shift and the cup holders. So drop your a capable phone to draw a wireless charge, and of course link that to the Bluetooth to have wireless interactivity on the tablet. So currently showing Mazda's navigation, but of course if you ring to bring your own media mappings in, then you can access Google Maps or Waze. Technically slightly more updates, as it's always on and always updating and reacting to traffic accidents and such like. The Mazda system does update and does react, but it fundamentally works off the signal sent from the radio data in the RDS signal in FM or in DAB. But again, it's relying upon that updating more regularly, I guess. So, coming down, I hope the fan that I've just realised is blasting out, but it is an extremely hot day today, hasn't encroached on what you can hear from me. So we have heated seats for driver and passenger, respectively, and a heated steering wheel rim, but not needed today. What is needed is the fact you can adjust the cabin left to right sided, so you can have an individual split, but of course I think the driver would prioritise to low, and that's me, so we're going to stay chilled. Stop start button, quite easy. Foot down on clutch, press start, and the car will start. It will glow green when it's ready. The car has a 6-speed manual gearbox, and you have a multimedia controllers here. The screen itself is only touchable when paired to Apple or Android CarPlay, and you're physically not moving. Now, nobody likes sticky fingerprints everywhere, so you would actually find that this is a really easy to use system. It mimics the BMW iDrive in the sense it has north, south, east, west, it clicks and it twists, and effectively allowing you to activate any of the functions. You're kind of keeping your eyes on the road and you're not looking around at buttons because it's quite intuitive, including a backspace, easy access to nav, media and your home functions. Individual control for the driver, passenger to use, but the driver gets their own controls up on the steering wheel as well. Coming down, more inputs for devices, including USB-Cs now, replacing USB-Bs, and there is a 12 volt there, one or two in the car, which allow you to plug your inflator in and get your tyres reinflated. We also have a sunroof in this car, so bring the cover back, operated from the roof. You can push forwards for a tilt, back for a tilt, for a slide even, push up for a tilt even. But let's let some air in, really light, and then if you wish to tilt it only just for air, again give it a push, and that will go up, and a little bit of gap appears there. So again, when you're ready to shut, push forwards, and that will close up properly. And again today, with the heat, I'm going to bring that over. So again, a quick look around the cabin. You have a light headlining on Takumi, not a dark one like the Hamura, so it keeps it a bit brighter in relation to the darker cabin of the leather. But again, black brown, that goes on the door cards, it runs sweeping through the dash top. It makes a really nice driving environment. Electronic parking brakes, haven't really touched on that, but pretty common now with an auto hold. What the auto hold will do, next time you come to a halt after setting off, it will engage the handbrake automatically for you. We also have a series of switches here. Fundamentally, they're all off switches. The ones which will be more interesting are the ability to diminish the beeps and squawks that you'll have for speed zone changes, lane departure, getting close to a vehicle, both front or rear. And a quick push will allow it to diminish the audible parts of it, but it still will alert you. The law dictates we must show you when you overspeed. If you choose to adhere to that, I guess that's down to you. Off switches predominantly. One is for the stop go function. So again, if the car's fully warmed up, you come to a halt in traffic, into neutral, handbrake on, the car should stop. And again, waiting for you to depress the clutch to start immediately. Traction control, it is a front drive biased four-wheel drive system, and it will only power the rear when it slips. If the traction control's on, it will hardly slip, but again, it will detect there is a difference between traction and grip. So you need traction to get out muddy areas. Grip is just linked to the tyres only. Off switch for the parking sensor. Again, fit a tow bar or a rearward facing cycle carrier perhaps, you'd need to knock it off. And of course you can activate your surround cameras quite quickly with one push, and it shows you the sides of the car. Front at this instance, if you reverse it would show the rear. So that's 4 cameras around the vehicle. And again, yeah, we have the lane departure. We also have blind spot monitoring. So again, on each door mirror you have a little triangle roughly here where my finger is, and that will flash rapidly at you when there's a vehicle coming up behind you, so you don't move lane, cause an accident, yeah, and just destroy your car, I guess. So here we go, one lovely example of a Mazda CX-30 SKYACTIV X, 186 horsepower Takumi, but 4-wheel drive, so rare as anything. So come and buy it. We're looking forward to your call. We take a part exchange and we can help you fund your purchase. See you soon.